This is a 1950's Vincent 1000cc V-twin. It was in its day advertised as the fastest standard road bike. It was the super bike of its day, and it is still a super bike. This machine was produced after World War II and was extremely successful in competition, in sprints and hill climbs, but above all it was known as a sports tourer, very long distance bike, and a bike which had won world speed records. Tuned with dope, it would exceed 200 miles per hour because the engine was so exceptional. It was a very famous bike in its day, and it still is. Well, the engineers at Stevenage who made these machines did so to a very high specification and with considerable innovation. Just look at some of the features. We've got rear cantilever monoshock suspension. At the same time, has twin brakes on both wheels. 4 brakes on a motorcycle in the 1950s was really something, and they are real stoppers. When you look at the engine, it's massive. There's no frame, and that's because the engine acts as the frame. It's a fully stressed hunk of metal. It's possible to remove the back wheel without any tools, no spanners, everything with thumb screws in less than 5 minutes. The controls, all of the controls are adjustable, so that the owner can adjust everything to suit his own particular physique. An amazing motorcycle in many ways, and in many ways way ahead of its time. When you ride this bike, you have to keep reminding yourself that it's half a century old. That's the most amazing thing, because it performs really almost like a modern machine. Above all, you feel superior on it in a way. It's a majestic sort of ride. It is a feeling of riding one of the best motorcycles that's ever been made and enjoying this type of power delivery which has now disappeared. That is low revs and yet a lot of pull. It will pull away and just drag you up into the 80s, 90s, 100s effortlessly, and still seem that it's not really trying very hard. In the 50s, it was just so much faster than almost any other machine on the road, and it certainly was the fastest production motorcycle. 125 miles an hour. I mean, that was incredible. It was the bike to have. When one went past, you said, cool, there's a Vincent. And that's about the biggest accolade you can give. The designers at Vincent set out to produce the best bike in the world. And looking back to the 50s, they probably did just that. It is just such a beautiful motorcycle in every sense. You can understand why so many people, even today, are Vincent enthusiasts and why it's an icon of motorcycling.